Hey, Chicago, what do you say? It's the CHGO Cubs pregame show podcast presented by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app. Use the promo code CHGO when you sign up. Cubs and Dodgers at Wrigley Field. Luke Stuckmeyer, Cody Del Mendo, and we are verified, and we didn't pay for it. Keep that in mind.
Take that,
Cubby
Elon.
verified. And Cody, we hope to put them together to form a W later today.
Yeah, right? Look at us. Who would have thought?
Don't tell me I don't know technology, Cody.
Don't tell me that I'm not verified, even
That's
though
like
I've never
lighting
been verified on Twitter.
This is like lighting a candle for your light at night right there. Cubs have won 10 of 13. We're feeling good. Vibes are good. The chat's going. Shane says the ass man to the rescue. Good vibes, Cubs. Marcus. David says, when do you normally start? Don't worry. We're 4 minutes late today.
People love the ass man bit.
Let's go ass man, Nick G.
I love the ass man bit. We need World Baseball Classic ass man tonight.
P. Will bringing the positivity. Congrats on being verified. Thank you. Thank you.
Big of you to say. I
Inexpensive as well. Let's get it. Did you forget about Hayward, Colada says.
What, a Hayward revenge game tonight? He's not even in the lineup.
No. Listen.
Anyway.
We do have bad news. I don't want to bring the vibes down too far, but yes, the ass man is starting, so we're positive about that. But it was supposed to be Jameson Taillon. Cubs announced he's 15-day injured list. Our guy Ryan Hawaiian Herrera was out there and is out there at Wrigley Field. Tweeted out a mild to moderate left groin strain for Taillon, who's been okay but not great so far this season. I think expectations are real high. Obviously, he's had trouble staying healthy in his career.
Yeah.
So hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come. It's just something small. They want to get him right, and it will help him get to be where we hope he'll be this season. Because right now you've got Stroman throwing darts, best ERA in the National League. You've got Steele, same thing, fourth best ERA in the National League. And we've said before that we believe Taillon could actually be the top guy in the rotation if things worked out. Like, I could see a scenario where that would happen.
Yeah.
Because of his stuff. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but if you can get him on track and then you have three guys at the top of the rotation throwing like that, now you've really got something going.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was pretty surprised to hear this news about Taillon.
Yeah.
He pitched pretty good on Saturday. Outside of the first inning where he struggled, but it was he didn't go 6 innings, but he went 5 2/3 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he went at least 5 innings. Should he be better than that? Should we expect him to be better than that? Yes, but based off the starts before that, it was a stepping stone. So this sucks now with him going on the injured list. But that said, we talked about it all winter about how this team has really good starting pitching depth.
Bingo.
So with this happening, we get a chance to see if that is actually true tonight. I will admittedly say that I'm a little nervous just because Assad wasn't great in his few appearances out of the bullpen to start the year, which was surprising because of how great he was in the World Baseball Classic.
And the Cactus League, except for his last appearance there.
He was really
Zero
good.
runs.
He was really good in the month of March in all things considered. But in most of those appearances in March actually mattered, all right, for Team Mexico. So I'm intrigued to see what he does tonight.
Tarp is on the field, says Ryan Herrera.
Oh, no.
We are under a delay.
Great.
Thunderstorms in the area. But it doesn't look like it's going to be stormy all night. But they are starting under delay. Tarp has just gone out on the field at Wrigley Field. That's why we got Ryan Herrera there. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a little suspicious, so I sent him the text. Sure enough, Tarp comes out. One thing we know about this, though, Cody, once they do start playing baseball tonight, manifest. And Assad pitches, because he hasn't been fully stretched out, we pretty much know that this is going to be a heavy bullpen game. It's just going to be. You're going to start the week against the Dodgers and Padres. Maybe not in the best case scenario. But you're going to have to use the bullpen early on. So you need Assad to give you a couple.
That's why it's huge that they were able to sweep Oakland.
Yes.
Because
10 out of 13. Four straight series wins. That's good.
Yeah, you've won 4 straight series. with all things considered, there's a lot to, there's not a lot to complain about. So, from Assad tonight, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know how many appearances he made for Iowa, but I'm hoping for 4 strong, and then throw ALLCITY out there to get those middle innings, and then hopefully the Cubs can get a lead. The guy that they're going up against tonight, he pitched pretty well against the Cubs in Los Angeles, but before that, he wasn't very good at all. So I'm hoping that the not good part comes back tonight. The one thing that gives me some optimism is the fact that in the first start that Grove went against the Cubs, no one on the Cubs had ever seen him before.
Right.
They've seen him a little bit now. Let's see if they can capitalize that on tonight. Vegas thinks there's going to be a lot of runs because the over-under is 11.5, so wind might be blowing out, and we'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic about this game, but I think if Assad can give you 3 or 4 strong innings and the Cubs can score early, I think they have a good chance to win.
Corey chiming in, our buddy Corey and teammate, says, "Hi, gents. Hope there isn't too much rain tonight so Luke can get home at a reasonable hour. Go Cubs." I will always, anybody that agrees with what I say, I will point out that on the chat. Also, our guy Mike Dubs, hashtag Mike Dubs, probably about 25 days of Mike Dubs still left for his big donation to us with the Super Chat. I saw he was wearing our historic and beautiful
I did see that
shirt from the CHGO locker, which, by the way, if you want to sign up to be a diehard, if you're not already a diehard, you get this cool box over on the corner of the set filled with beautiful stuff, including your choice of shirt from the CHGO locker, which is worth the price of admission right there. You get the CHGO card. You get discounts, including discounts to stuff like the big NFL draft party coming up.
Ooh, should be a lot of fun.
Going to be sick at Joe's on Weed. So lots of stuff. P. Will supporter, yes, the game is already under a delay. So they are not starting on time tonight. I saw Ricta in the chat say, "Hey, looks clear after 9." Ricta House, it's clear after 9. Lord help me if they don't start this game till 9 o'clock.
God,
that's
help us.
all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Please, no. I believe both teams are actually off on Monday.
Oh.
The Cubs are for sure.
Yeah, okay. So if the Dodgers are,
you could just push every game back instead of playing a bunch of doubleheaders.
Let's take a look at the Dodgers schedule.
Check that out, would you? Yes, Mervis and Morel homered again. Thank you, Tanya, and thanks for tuning in. Fernando says vibes. Collada wants to know why he didn't get the special box with his. I believe it's a newer perk, but I'll see if Mr. Collada, Godfather, sir, I will see if I can get you the cardboard box, which is, it's all about the presentation.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest.
All right.
Jack R says, hot take, Jay Hay is the most well-liked former Cub.
That is a hot take.
That is a very hot take.
It's very hot.
As in,
that ain't true.
As in off the field. I mean, great guy for a community, but Rizzo's been a good guy for the community too.
Yeah. Yes, the Dodgers are also off on Monday.
See?
So
just throwing it out there.
I didn't realize that. So that's why I was like trying to manifest this game happening, because I really didn't want to do a doubleheader.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't want a Friday doubleheader either.
Yeah. But if they're
Joey.
both off on Monday, then I guess they could postpone this tonight and do it Monday.
What was Dub's review of our shirt? I thought I just saw Mike Dubs giving a review. Highly recommend the beautiful and historic shirt. Had people up here in Minnesota where he lives ask me what's beautiful and historic, and I had to let them know it's Wrigley Field.
Duh.
And Dubs, you hold up that verified, they know you're serious. And Michael Collada agrees with me, the Godfather.
Water is wet.
Water is wet.
Everyone agrees with you.
Mervis home run, everybody that's seen it, you saw it?
I saw it.
Went into the parking lot?
It went pretty far. I couldn't see where it landed, but it went 410 feet, and he's knocking on the door. He's mashing the door right now, man.
When Mervis comes up and hits his first home run, that's going to be the time where I'm going to wish I was doing highlights on TV somewhere, because I've been waiting for a guy with a nickname Mash, because my call for home runs back in the day, a long time ago, used to be, he likes his taters mashed. Mashed taters, see?
Mashed taters.
Mash Mervis. I think we should, Kevin's still here. Can we get a shirt that says that? Everybody's got the mash shirt, but we don't have one yet that says he likes his taters mashed.
Or just mashed.
And just like a silhouette of his
mashed potatoes.
Mashed taters.
Mashed taters.
Because home runs are called
mashed taters. You just get like a potato with like him and make a picture of him part of it, a silhouette with him and a potato.
Matthew, thanks for cracking up and not laughing at me, but with us. P. Will supporter wants to know if we have any plans for a CHGO live stream while watching the game. We can see your guys' reactions. We did do that. Was it Cubs Sox last year, Crosstown?
No, it was.
When did we do
Cubs
it?
Phillies.
Cubs Phillies.
It was like an 11 a.m. game in the second half of the year.
I would assume we're going to do it again. I thought it was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun. I agree. We should. We don't have a time or day or anything, but we should.
Rain delays? Yeah, we'll just sit out here for rain delays. I'll order my sweet greens.
Hey, yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I feel real bad because we're starting under a rain delay, and I've sworn off the sweets now since last week.
Yeah, because like when I arrived about, an hour ago?
I was hungry.
You were hungry. It was more like 45. Well, now it's 6:16. It was an hour ago, and I was like, you got 45 minutes. But now that we're under a rain delay, we definitely know that Luke Stuckmeyer will be ordering food.
That's right. But I think I'm going to go with a little kale something, maybe kale and grilled chicken. Joel says Cubs Phillies when Luke Thickmeyer was born.
My favorite.
That's back when we used to make the ice cream run. See, that's where I was getting at. I feel it's so unfortunate that we have this rain delay because rain delays are built for the ice cream run.
Oh.
What's that place? Cone? Is that what it's called?
Cone, right around the corner? Oh, man.
That hurts because the freezer here now has frozen over like a glacier the ice cream that we put in there last year from the ice cream social. And Jack, beer money will not be on during the rain delay. I don't believe.
Yeah.
You want to look at the lineup?
I guess. I mean, why not?
Let's check out the lineup because, Mike Dubs put it out there. Cubs with the highest runs per game in the National League, which mind-blowing, right?
Just like we all predicted.
I saw that, or I was listening on the way in today. It was Carmen and Yurko talking about the run differential, how the Cubs are third. It's the tweet that Jeff Passan sent out today saying Cubs are third in the National League for run differential. So you might think this is not necessarily a fluke. And then when you factor in the, are they lucky, not lucky? Actually, they should have 12 wins based on how many runs they've scored and held people and how many games on the road, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Vanilla Chill wants CHGO beer money. Joel says he would go for custard, frozen custard from Culver's.
Oh.
Never a bad choice.
Oh, boy.
Matthew says kale and chicken are an ideal cutting meal. I don't know what that means.
Kale and chicken? As in trying to lose weight.
Shredding?
Yeah,
shredding? Is that what they do?
Yeah.
They call it shredding? P. Will wants to know, do you have the date? Luke and Cody go out there, ask random people Cub questions.
What date?
Beer money.
What date is he asking? Oh, the date of whenever you became Thickmeyer?
I don't know. I guess that was the Phillies.
Yeah. Okay, so
once I hit 40, Thickmeyer took over.
Yeah.
So the lineup.
Nico
Horner
the
at the top.
Talk about. Yeah.
Nico Horner at the top. 3 for 5 yesterday. Dansby Swanson. Cubs scored 12 yesterday. Dansby Swanson, amazing game. Walked 3 times, score 3 times.
Yeah. It was great yesterday.
You get on base, you get in. Sometimes walks do help. Hap Suzuki's back in the lineup, so you don't have to worry. It was not an injury yesterday. It was just, hey, they're easing the guy back in with the oblique thing. So he's back, hopefully playing tonight. Hopefully the wet turf doesn't have any factors. Knock on wood. Cody Bellinger revenge game. Patrick Wisdom. I mean, you can't ask too much more for that guy.
Yeah.
5 homers, 9 RBI, and a 6-game road trip.
One of those homers against the guys pitching for LA tonight.
That's right.
So
well, he had one in every game against the Dodgers.
Right. So then you got Hosmer, Mancini, Tucker, Barnhart to round it out. Hosmer with a homer yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I know we need. I'll say this about Hosmer: we need more fly balls, man. We need more balls in the air from him. And then obviously Mancini, who's really struggling right now. All I can say is when you're 11-6 and Trey Mancini is yet to really heat up yet, you got to feel pretty good about this ball club. So, and Tucker Barnhart actually hasn't been too bad at the plate. Yeah, he doesn't have any homers or RBIs or anything, but he's giving you good at bats.
He's not here for the bat, though.
He's not here for the bat, no doubt. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, agreed.
For what we're asking for, he's not too bad. So.
No Madrigal in the lineup tonight. Sorry for those that love Madrigal. It is a hitter's night. Rick DeHouse says blowing straight out to center. That's why I couldn't take, when we get to who he got here, that's why I couldn't take the ass man.
Yeah.
Because it does look like it could be a long night with a lot of offense. But you never know. It's baseball. Mike Dubb says, today is Cody Bellinger's holiday. Give me Bellinger homer plus 350. They also have a quick same-game parlay called Smoke 'em Cody on DraftKings. What?
I wish I was giving out this Cody Bellinger parlay, and it would be titled Smoke 'em Cody. But that's cool. Again, the over/under is 11.5. They're expecting runs.
How good do you feel about the Cubs making the playoffs? Because Kevin Kadick had earlier today pointing out DraftKings, what is it, plus 850? Kevin?
Plus
850, that bet for Cubs and Bears to make the playoffs? 810.
It was
plus 810. It was over 1,000
before.
It was
plus 1,000.
Yeah, but now the Cubs have won 10 of 13, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Whoa, we better." So I might wait for a 2 or 3 game losing streak, see if it pushes back.
Yeah.
4 digits.
Well, I keep telling people to buy stock on the Chicago Cubs while you still can. So.
Well, that's the danger, is that you don't get in when it's over 800. And now they go out. What if they sweep the Dodgers and the Padres, and all of a sudden that number plummets? You know,
we can only hope, right?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Shohei's here, and it drops to 200, and then it drops to then it's just on the Bears.
It ain't gonna drop that low because of the Bears. I like it though.
Well, the draft, you never know with the draft. You never know.
Both teams are kind of like got some. I think the Bears are going to be coming into next season with some optimism with the wide receivers they already signed, and obviously the draft is huge for them, but buy stock now. I'd take the bet. I'm surprised I haven't placed a bet on it yet. Why not?
Playoffs.
I already bet the Cubs to win the division and to make the playoffs, so might as well just triple down. Why not?
Triple down. What do you got for a hit parlay tonight then? Speaking of the gambles on DraftKings, you got a hit parlay for us?
I do have tonight's hit parlay. We're 13-14 on the season. If you've ridden all of them, and that doesn't just include Cubs hit parlays, that includes just baseball hit parlays in general. So we're taking Happer, Nico Horner, and Patrick Wisdom. Again, Wisdom has a homer against Grove. Nico Horner continues to be an all-star second baseman, coming off a great series in Oakland. And he had a pretty good series against the Dodgers last weekend, too. And then Ian Happ, who's coming off a great game, and he's hitting .396 against righties this year. So I like him from the left side of the plate. I like the fact that the wind is blowing out, so that helps the hit parlay. I think it comes out to plus 170? No, plus 204 when you use the DraftKings boost. There's an MLB same-game parlay boost. You can get it boosted 20% up to plus 204. That's the hit parlay.
That's the one to go with. You were 1 for 2 the other day. You almost had 2. If it wasn't for Bellinger, you would have been 2 for 2.
Oh, so close. So close. I would have won 2 parlays if I don't want
you got it 50-50 on when you're doing parlays. Not a bad thing.
Yeah, we're close.
Tanya says Cade Horton,
outstanding.
Former number 1 pick, outstanding. Fastball, slider, elite.
Oh, yeah.
The vibes are up on that guy.
I watched the highlights last night.
Vibes are up.
Vibes are. Buy stock now.
Angels are scouting him. Let me tell you, guaranteed.
Straight up.
Angels are scouting him in PCA. I guarantee you that.
I guarantee it.
But maybe they won't go. We don't know.
Collada. Playoffs? Haha, Bears? Classic Godfather. I genuinely love you, Collada. I genuinely do.
Hey, P. Will has one thing about the lineup that I need somebody to explain this to me. Mm-hmm. And I may have to just go to Wrigley Field to ask the question myself because nobody's asking the question.
Right.
Why are they DHing Hosmer and playing Mancini at first?
It's a good question.
So I asked just in our Slack channel, and Corey's like, well, neither one is great on the metrics at first base, but yes, this year, Mancini is actually worse at first base. The eye test, these two things, they're still working long distance. I just need readers up close. The eye test tells me Hosmer's way better at first base. And it's nothing against either guy. I just don't understand when they're both in the lineup, why are the Cubs playing Mancini in the field and giving Hosmer the time? Is Hosmer banged up? Well, one guy has gold gloves, and I understand he's not the fielder that he was, but I've also seen some of the picks he's made at first base, and my eye tells me he's a better first baseman. So I don't understand. There's got to be some other storyline going in.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a logical explanation.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I mean, to me, if you're going to have Hosmer, if Hosmer's going to continue to stay here, if you're going to play him, I'd rather him be in the field than DHing. And I think
if they're both, I'm just saying if they're both in the lineup.
Right.
Now you can make the argument, as some will in the chat, that Madrigal's been pretty good with the bat. Why not put Madrigal at DH, because he doesn't have a position. He doesn't have the power. Well, Hosmer doesn't really have the power either. Let's be honest.
Fair too.
So, but if two of them are playing, and it's Hosmer and Mancini, then the offensive part of it isn't even a factor. You just want your best defender at first base.
Yeah.
Everybody I've ever talked to would say that guy is Hosmer. The metrics would tell you it's Hosmer, and my eyes tell me it's Hosmer. What do the Cubs know that we don't know?
I'm not sure. If it was me, I'd be putting Hosmer in the field if you're going to play him. If you're going to play him, you got to put him in the field, and Mancini can be your DH. But
unless he's hurt a little bit or something, I don't know. Or are you showcasing somebody for something?
No, I don't think it's any of that.
I don't either.
And it's hard to be able to figure out, but also at the same time, I'll agree with P-Will supporter on some of this. They're both not hitting right now, so to put them both in the lineup against the Dodgers tonight,
why not Madrigal as DH?
Why not Madrigal? But I don't even necessarily like want Madrigal to be a DH either, just because he's just not prototypical DH. But also, like you said, Hosmer's. I mean, he hit a homer yesterday, but he's just not that guy.
V. Turla has a suggestion: Mancini starting at first base because it's easier to pinch hit for Hosmer at DH. Well, I don't know. I just don't know that I'd start somebody. I'd put somebody at a position potentially for 9 innings, a critical position for the infield, just so that one guy's easier to pinch hit for in that scenario. I understand. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If that's the reason they're doing it, I don't think that's super smart, but
yeah,
I don't know. It seems like a question I want somebody to ask, please.
But Wisdom's at third, right? Wisdom's at third?
Yeah.
Wisdom's at third.
So, and it doesn't even have to be a question on the record. It could be off to the side. Hey, what's the thinking behind having them both in the lineup and this guy's at first, not the other? Because it's not a one-time thing.
Right, no.
It's not like it's just tonight and one guy had a long flight or was up all night because his kid's sick or whatever. This has happened more often than not, I think, at this point.
It's happened quite a bit, to a point where it's just like I just don't understand it. So, whatever. To me, if you're gonna play them both, then Hosmer's got to be in the field, Mancini DH. But also, like I said, I'm not exactly fond of them both being in the lineup right now when they're both struggling at the plate. Even though Hosmer did hit a homer last night or yesterday, whatever. I do have faith that Mancini will get it going, but I don't know, man. These games, I mean, I know they won 2 or 3 against the Dodgers in L.A., but these games matter. These games are important. This is a big test. Big test. I think if the Cubs come away with the split against the Dodgers in these 4, I think you're okay with that. I think you're content with that. They can't lose 3 of the 4 though.
No.
And tonight's going to be a huge test. 1, because now you're going to have a bullpen game, and 2, this lineup. I mean, I like the lineup outside of Hosmer and Mancini at the bottom. I don't mind one of them being in there, but with the way they're both hitting right now, I'm not exactly excited about having to see them at the bottom of the lineup. And I'm sure the Dodgers aren't necessarily scared of the bottom of the lineup right now either. So.
No, I was saying that yesterday when the bottom of the lineup was coming up. I was like, this isn't putting fear of God into anybody on the other side. Now, that said, the top of the lineup has been so spectacular. But Jacob in the chat says maybe Mancini needs to play the field to hit better. Okay, if that's what it's going to take to get Mancini.
Sometimes that works, Just get into a flow of a game, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, some guys have trouble just DHing.
Yeah.
If it's a one-time thing and you're trying to get him on track and this is the way you're trying to get him on track, okay, yeah. I'll buy that for a couple games. I'm not going to do it at the detriment to the team to try and get him on track, but I would be concerned then if this is a thing that for instance, if a guy can't play DH because he struggles if he's not in the field, Mancini's been through that. So you wouldn't give the guy a 2-year deal if you didn't think he could just be DH in the need. Like, you have Mervis. Like, whether it's now or later in the season or whenever, at some point Mervis is going to get a shot.
Yeah.
When he's hitting him into the parking lot.
Yeah.
So
Jacob is asking if Keegan's available tonight. No, he pitched 2 innings yesterday, so I would assume he's not available tonight. Though I wish he would have. That's what makes me wonder about this.
If you didn't know the Taillon thing, like, did you know it?
Right. Like,
when did he get hurt? Like,
exactly.
Was it bugging him in his side session?
Yeah.
Was it bugging him after his last start? And they just said, let's keep this on the down low for a little bit, see how he feels till he does his bullpen, and then they get on the plane. Maybe it stiffened up. Maybe it started bothering him on the plane. That can happen.
I want to say that they didn't know, or else I don't think Ross would have pitched Keegan yesterday because it's not like they needed to.
I sort of agree, but
who knows?
You also wanted
to
get that sweep, though.
True.
When you can get a sweep, the schedule and the win-loss record doesn't care who you played.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a win is a win.
When he did come in, the Cubs were only up, 3 or 4 runs. So, anything can happen in a baseball game. So, throw him out there. Makes sense. So.
All right.
It's the lineup is what it is. But I think we can all agree here, at the very least, at this moment, having Hosmer and Mancini in the lineup tonight isn't exactly thrilling. I think with how bad they're hitting right now, you can only go with one of them in there. I know you got to find a way to get them going, specifically Mancini, but
it would be nice. I was talking about this earlier with some guys, and just that how sustainable is what they've been doing. I believe the pitching is sustainable. Now, maybe not to the level of you're going to have 2 of the top 5 ERAs in the National League all season and your top 2 starters, but what I think is sustainable is I think the bullpen can be sustainable. I think quality starting pitching can be sustainable. It'll bounce back and forth between who's the guy that's doing well and who's the guy that's struggling, but the bat stuff, right?
Yeah.
Listen, if Mancini and Hosmer, and who else am I leaving out on the list, and Rios turn out to be flyers that don't turn out, throw Madrigal in the list. If those 4 guys turn out to be flyers that didn't work, this season alone, specifically this season, if Bellinger's the guy that has the good season, I'd rather have Bellinger be great than the other 4 work.
Yeah,
because he has the highest ceiling. Yeah. Like, if you can get the type of Cody Bellinger that we've seen, or even better, you have an X factor on the team. Yeah. You have a former MVP that could be.
That said, I don't even think
Mancini's got a fairly high ceiling too.
Yeah, but I don't think Madrigal has had a bad year either. My thing with Madrigal is there's just no room for him on this roster. He's better at second base than third, and you're going to play Nico Horner at second base every single day. Now, I understand if an injury happens, you got a guy who you can plug in there, fine, great. But I don't think we're all going to sit here. We're not going to sit here and hope that he can play. The thing about Mastroboni and even Christopher Morel down in AAA that puts him over Nick Madrigal is that they can play all over the field.
Right. I mean, he's tried to help himself by saying he can play third base right now.
And he's played a fine third, but let's be real, we want to see Wisdom at third more than him, just for the type of player he is.
Well, that was the other lineup thing I was asking the other day. I was like, why not just DH Madrigal and let Wisdom, unless you're trying to let him get off his feet for a game but still get his bat in the lineup, which is probably what they were doing.
So
Michael Collada agrees with me.
From what P. Will supporter has said about Madrigal playing DH, outside of the fact that he can't hit doesn't have any power.
Right.
Well, at the same time, Hosmer doesn't really have a ton of power either, and we're playing him at DH. So from that perspective, you got a point. But at the same time, I don't want my everyday DH to be a guy who doesn't have a lot of power. So the thing is when Matt Mervis finally comes up here, that's where I think he'll be inserted more often than not. Because I think they're gonna have some run with Hosmer and Mancini. Specifically Hosmer, because it's a 2-year deal with Mancini. They ain't just going to drop that. So they could easily move on from Hosmer anytime they wanted. And I think they're going to try and give him the longest run as they can, as like getting everyday playing time and see if they can get it going.
I listen, we're still not a full month into the season. I haven't given up on anybody. No. Like people were mad about saying early on. It's like Torrance. The guy. No, I haven't given up on it. There's nobody that I've seen that I can just say they're a worthless piece. You need to move on.
Yeah,
it's just too early to say that. Just as I can't say this guy is going to be the MVP of the league or Cy Young. Like it's too early to say that too. But we do see some trends. All right. So who you got standings coming into this? Ryan 6-9. Me 5-10. Corey 4-11. Cody's been on a real slump. 3-12, but he is ready. Mr. Del Mendo's ready to turn this around with the boldest move so far of this Who You Got season, maybe aside from some of Joey's picks, but you're putting it on the line. Tonight's picks, I'm taking Cody Bellinger in a revenge game. Nico for Ryan. Wisdom, all likable picks. ALLCITY, not a crazy pick because, again, we don't expect Assad to pitch the whole game because he hasn't been going long in AAA. He's not fully stretched out.
Yep.
He's a starter, but so you're thinking ALLCITY because Keegan's not going to go.
Right.
But what it doesn't say on there is Cody's risking a 2-pointer. The max you can do is 2. Cody is risking 2 points tonight. That means if ALLCITY is indeed the Who You Got clear-cut winner, Cody gets 2 wins, 0 losses. If he's not, Cody gets 2 losses, 0 wins. The rest of us would just get somebody gets a win, somebody gets 1 loss, somebody gets 1 loss.
So I could be 1-13 after tonight.
P. Will says, great pick. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Appreciate Cody. When someone says Cody, you were right.
Excuse me.
That's good. That's good. I like that. Thank you.
So anyways, remember that as you watch the game tonight, this is a 2-pointer night for Mr. Del Mendo. Cody Del double down dough.
Come on, man. I'm due. And I think I should get extra points if he does
Cody
do well,
considering
the conditions. Considering the conditions. If he does well, I think that's
nobody took Ian Happ. Nobody took
part
Ian
of the
Happ. He was taking
consideration.
Ian Happ. So you guys make your picks, play along with us. Let us know how we're doing during the game. We hope to be back here after the game. What do we got? I haven't seen any news. We still got 100 people sitting here in pre because we're all sitting here waiting for the game.
Yeah.
And I would sit here for another hour, just whatever, shooting the breeze. But I got to order my food. I'm starving. Let's be honest.
All right. Well,
I need
before we
some
get out of here,
substance.
I want to rate my
Look
new
at this.
Jays.
Rate those Jays. I give them a blue check mark. They are verified as real, authentic Jays.
And you got a good look at my pale legs, too, so congratulations.
Not as pale as mine. Thanks for checking out the CHGO Cubs pregame show podcast presented by DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app. Use the promo code CHGO when you sign up. Collada says Cody wins tonight. Maybe. That's some positivity right there.
Come on.
I need to have Joey order food, but he's not here yet.
He'll be our post-game producer. Shout out to Sarah for being here.
Shout out to Sarah. We're hanging with 7:30 start. Please, just not 9 o'clock. Until then, fly the W. as in we'll play the game.